Well, this is it, guys. The Season 2 finale of Wincy 209's 31 Days of Horror. It's been a wild journey, hasn't it? And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported me and this channel for this October. I really could have done it without you, and I enjoyed making every single one of these. And so to end off this season, he decided to do something short and sweet, because doing something long and big for a finale is a bit too predictable and expected. So I avoided your expectations and decided to do a short creepypasta today. And this creepypasta is another SpongeBob creepypasta, but SpongeBob's childhood, so I had to read it. And also, this story is also very nostalgic because I listened to many people narrate this story from a long time ago. So of course, I would have to narrate it. So, what this story is about? Well, we just have to wait and find out. So, sit back, relax, put on your headphones, and let's listen to the story of Patrick's leg. And for the last time, until next October, let's begin. And also, thank you. Thank you very much. I was online a couple of years ago at around 1 a.m. looking up old SpongeBob episodes, as I was a huge fan as a kid, and the new episodes they show on TV are complete crap. So, after going through bad quality videos on foreign websites and other sites flooded with ads, I came upon an unofficial website that had 4 episodes ad-free. Okay, the quality wasn't that great, but better than most of the websites. On the bottom was a link that said, SpongeBob Lost Episode. Being the complete idiot that I am, I clicked on it. I thought it was probably just another screamer or something, but I clicked on it anyway, just out of curiosity. I was bored enough to click on the video and watch it. I totally forgot about looking for old episodes. The episode video quality was pretty bad, and the episode itself was pretty much forgotten by the writers. Like every episode, it started with the theme song. The title card read Patrick's Leg, with the normal fun-filled bubble letters we all come known to love. The first thing that didn't seem right was that after the title card, the transition, instead of the bubbles, it was just a blur into the beginning of the episode. It started out like a typical harmless SpongeBob episode, with SpongeBob and Patrick watching the sunset. But then Patrick decides to go sandboarding. So they do. So far, a pretty normal episode. Patrick then tries to do some sort of trick on his sandboard but fails. As it will start, Patrick falls and loses his leg. And SpongeBob goes after him to see if he's okay. During this scene, instead of the usual Hawaiian theme music, more suspenseful or serious music plays. Also, Patrick screams a more painful scream than he usually would in a show like this. Enough that I could actually feel it. Well, I guess that makes sense. He did just lost his entire leg. Nothing that too far of the ordinary, right? Well, other than the opening and the music in that one scene, it was pretty much like any other ordinary SpongeBob episode. The next scene takes place at the hospital, where the doctor tells Patrick that he needs to be in a wheelchair for a little while. As they walked out, SpongeBob is pushing Patrick in his wheelchair when they run into some girls. The girls start talking to Patrick because of his leg and ask if they can sign his cast as they walk away with Patrick, leaving SpongeBob by himself. So far, it was going like a pretty normal episode. I don't remember what happened throughout the episode, so I'll skip some scenes. Now, this is where things get creepy. Later that night, SpongeBob knocks at Patrick's door. In this scene, the background looks more realistic than usual. However, I try to ignore it. When Patrick opens the door, SpongeBob tells Patrick that he forbids him to see those girls ever again. Patrick gets furious, not like he does normally. This is a more real angle, and then he tells SpongeBob that he hates him. The girls leave in fear. This is when I start to feel uncomfortable about this episode. SpongeBob then screams in an unusually deep voice, something like, "Oh yeah? Well, as long as you hate me, I can do this!" And then starts beating Patrick's lost leg violently with a rock. After that, the scene goes to static for a fraction of a millisecond, and then cuts to a scene where Patrick and SpongeBob were apologizing to each other for something during the daytime, except the lighting of the animation and the voices didn't match up. The animation in this scene is very poor, as if it was a loop, and it goes on for about a good 5 or so minutes. I was really freaked out by this, but I wanted to see how it ended. The scene goes black for a minute or two, and then cuts to a scene from another episode where Patrick has Jeffrey Jellyfish in a wagon and says, "Come on, Jeffrey!" And the scene goes black another time. This time, for only about 30 seconds, and it cuts to a CGI animation of Patrick cutting SpongeBob's stomach open with a piece of broken cola with blood gushing out from SpongeBob's stomach, while looking at the screen with bloodshot eyes. His mouth didn't move, but you could faintly hear him say, "I knew this day would come eventually," with a weird echoey voice. You can also hear SpongeBob laughing for some reason. The scene goes on for about 3 minutes, but nothing is heard but static gets louder and louder until it's unbearably loud. Then the normal ending credits come on, but with a very faint image of the last scene still showing in the background. God, that image will be born in my head forever. The United Plankton wasn't shown as usual. After the video was over, I was frozen, shocked. So I had to reload the page, but it wasn't available. I couldn't even find the website anymore. Even when I looked up Patrick's leg, nothing came up. I understand if you don't believe me, but I know what I saw, even if it was at 1 in the morning. What the hell was I even doing online at that time? All I know is what I saw on that website will never leave my mind.